Well folks, it's been a while since you guys have seen any of the Gravely's up on YouTube over the past month or two now. So I'm just doing some Gravely yard cleaning today, and I got everything uncovered and out in the open so that way I could shuffle things around. I'm trying to get everything to fit up here nicely, because over the past couple of weeks I ended up bringing home 8 more Gravely L models, so it's getting a little bit cramped up here for space. But I figured I'd show you guys what I got. So to start off with, this one is a model LI. It's a 1957. The serial number is M23801. I know this camera doesn't focus all that well sometimes. And it's a nice one. It's got the original Goodyear tractor tires on it, the ag tires, which I really like these tires because they've always been pretty good, it seems like. And it's reasonably clean too, which is nice. It's not all covered in grease. And this one, someone also just took off the oil filter and just put in the oil gauge. And this has got the old style low pressure oil system gauge, which is in surprisingly nice shape. So that'll be coming off there, and see if I can get an oil filter on it. It's also missing the carburetor, and I'm going to try to get this one running because I kind of like it. It's mostly complete and it's all original for the most part. It's also even got both of these little caps on the end of the wheels, which is pretty cool. And the pulley on the back of this flywheel I thought was kind of odd. It's one of the fiber disc things. It looks like the fiber disc that you use for your magneto, only it's a pulley. And it's got a groove cut out, so someone might have used it for a rope or something like that. And it's just held on with 3 Allen bolts, or screws, whatever you want to call them, that are drilled right into the flywheel, which is kind of odd. But anyways, I thought it was kind of neat, so that'll be getting running hopefully. And along with that we have this one here, which this one's another LI 1957, but between this one and that one, look at the serial numbers. If you can read it, it's 23821. These ones are only 20 digits off from each other, so that's pretty neat. And this one, it's reasonably complete. Once again, it's got an oil pressure gauge setup, which is kind of weird on the side of it. It's got the governor, which is obviously going to need some work. And the tank, the previous owner, or the owner before that, they filled the tank with oil and the carburetor with oil, so it wouldn't rust up. So I just have to drain that out, and this thing will probably run pretty good. Once again, a slant hood. This one's actually complete still. It's gonna need a muffler. It's also had an engine changeover because it's got the orange jug, orange engine, and then a homemade mount on the front, which that's the second one of these I'll have now. And then there's this one, which is kind of a mutt. Really only the fan shroud. The fan shroud I think is a 1952. But the tractor, it's got to be about a 51 or so, because my 1951 has got the Bendix magneto and, you know, small oil bath air cleaner and everything. It's also got the intake hose, the flexible one with the elbow with the door in the back. And it's also got the filler cap. This one looks like one of the ones you find on an early 30s, but then again, someone just could have put a gas cap on it from an old engine. So there's this one. It's got a flat tire, and this one, whether it'll run or not, I'm not sure. I'll probably end up getting it going at some point. And with this lot here, this lot of 4, I also got this yellow one here, which is a 1966. It was a super convertible at one point, I believe. The hood's been off of it for quite some time. The little bracket that's on the front ended up breaking off. So it's just been without a hood for a while. And from what I understand, these 4 here came from Rhode Island. And from what I understand from the guy at one point, Rhode Island bought a whole bunch of Gravely's to use the highway department. And they didn't like the T-heads, so they ended up going to the Wisconsin powered ones. And who knows how many of these were around. Unfortunately, it's got no ID on it of anything, so it was probably on the hood, which someone removed at one point a while ago. But this is one of the ones that he had running, and he said it ran good, so have to see if we can get that one going again. And for the other lot that I brought home a couple weeks ago, we've got this one here, and the hood This is one of my hoods. It didn't come with it. And this one's kind of a mutt. It's a 1957. It's all kind of pieced together. It's got a 50s transmission. It's got a 60s engine and stuff. Different carburetor. Low pressure oil system. But the engine is high pressure. And this one does run. It's going to need another carburetor because it doesn't run very good with it. So there's this one. And then there's also this one. This one's a first year LI. 1955, which I believe is the first year they came out with the two different speeds, the LI and the LS. And this one, the jug is stuck on it, and some of the holes aren't in the best shape, like that one. Some of the threads are pulled out. This one's broken, unfortunately. So I'm going to decide what I got to do with this one. But it's kind of complete, you know. Someone pulled the back off the magneto, and the hood's missing and stuff, along with the carburetor and the muffler, but we'll have to see about that, because I have another first year LI 1955 over there someplace, so I might make one good one out of two. I'm also starting to expand up into the woods because I got running out of room down there. So up here it's just the 51, and these are the other two that came with that lot. This one is I think this one was a 67 C8, 7.6 horse. And this one runs pretty good too. The only problem is that it smokes a little bit. But other than that, it runs very smooth. The Swift-O-Matic shifts nicely. It's also got the hoof governor on it, which I filled with oil, and it's very tight. You know, nothing's jiggling around, and it works very good. So this one might be getting sold. I'm not sure yet. This one would have had your regular old custom hood that goes across the tank like that. So this is just a C8 custom. And lastly in the lot is this one right here, which would have been your super convertible. And you can see the jug is, you know, kind of messed up on this one. A couple broken bolts, flange snapped off of it. So this one's going to get parted out for a future Swift-O-Matic four-wheel drive dump truck, because it probably has a good transmission. So, and this one was I think it's a 66. So anyways, those are the 4 tractors that I got, or the 8 tractors that is, that I ended up bringing home. So at some point in the future, you might be seeing some startup videos. So anyways, folks, there you have it.